The old Mediterranean port of Kotor has become a popular tourist destination, surrounded by fortifications built during the Venetian period. It's located on the Bay of Kotor, a place well visited by seagoing vessels, not least the Mediterranean cruise ships. It's indeed a delightful destination. On arriving, we were filled with expectancy, and the weather was perfect, as usual. It's easy to see why it is part of a World Heritage Site, named the Natural and Cultural Historical Region of Kotor. As we entered the main gate, Rachel suddenly set off like an Olympic athlete out of the blocks. What's the attraction? She heard the sound of music and the sight of dancing, and she was filming before I realized she was missing. And no wonder, a Montenegrin folk dancing group were performing, and what a sight it was, in national costume, with national music and national dancing. What a start to the visit. Excellent performance that immediately gave us a taste of Montenegrin culture. The dancers were both skilled and beautiful. Air conditioning in dry climates consists of a fine water spray. It's noon and quite hot. We had a drink and a chat with friends off the ship, whilst enjoying the town square. Rachel insisted we should both compliment and thank the dancers. The dance troupe was called the Durkovic. What a great way to start the day. The town is beautiful. History all around. Mountains above. The location of the town clearly strategic, surrounded by mountains, extremely photogenic. The stone walls encompassing the town. A walk to the fortress at the top, a popular trek for visitors that gives great views. Laid-back atmosphere, cafes, shops, and surrounded by historical buildings on all sides. One of the joys of Kotor is the narrow shopping alleys and streets. Not to mention the delightful people. Had a chat with Tali. Kotor reminded me a little of the alleys of Marrakesh. Old and interesting, and reminding Rachel of me, though I disagreed. I'm not that interesting. Definitely Rachel's kind of place. She was loving it. Every now and then the alleys would lead to interesting squares. The mountains towering overhead, and quaint alfresco cafes and Mediterranean stone buildings below. One with cannon outside. Wherever we look in Kotor, there are interesting things to see. Look up and there's a church halfway up the mountain. Archways reveal medieval churches. Even the alleyways appear to get a regal touch. And not only is there an abundance of shops, some are fascinating. And hotels right in the heart of the city. Some of the alleys barely wide enough for two people to pass. And clearly, some of the cannon have been relocated. Someone actually told me there are 10 churches here. Street musicians, always a joy. I said to Rachel, keep looking up and we'll get great shots. The mountains even peek over the rooftops. It's definitely a pedestrian zone. A marvelous place to explore, and it never disappoints. Rachel actually bought a souvenir.
Ready, steady, go.
The Serbian Orthodox Church of St. Nicholas. Nico is Greek for conquer, so if your name is Nicholas or Nicole, you're a conqueror. That's what the Nike brand means. You want to be a conqueror, just do it, and maybe keep doing it. We strolled all the way through the town and came out on the other side as a local friend was taking us for a local lunch. Montenegrin food. This is where the river flows out to the sea. The restaurant is just outside these walls, giving great views of the actual wall. but it's time to eat.